There we go. Hey guys, Peter Shankman here. I want to do a quick live video unannounced about the most important thing you can do for your neurodivergent brain. I've known this for a while, but I realized I used to think that exercise was the most important thing you could do for your neurodivergent brain because of the dopamine that you get and the serotonin, the adrenaline, and how that keeps you going like for the entire day, right? I realized something today as I was boxing. I was watching before my lesson started with my trainer. I was watching a couple people in the ring box, and one of them, when they finished, I heard her talking to her coach, and she came off the side. She said something really interesting. She said, I controlled that round. I was able to control that round. And her coach said, well, yeah, you chose to come here. You chose to control this. And it started me thinking. Exercise is the greatest thing in the world for the neurodivergent brain because in so many cases, it's the only thing we can control. We can't control so many things about our lives. We can't control our social battery dying. We can't control that there are 500 people walking the street all in our way. We can't control the fact that we have to go to 20 meetings and sit there like we're actually paying attention and know what we want to do. But we can control whether we exercise. And we can control what happens, whether we go to the gym or not, whether we get on the bike or not, whether we do yoga or not, Pilates or not, whatever. We have the ability to control that. And sometimes, some days, that is literally the only thing we can control. I just got back from boxing where I spent an hour and 4 minutes getting my butt kicked in a good way, sparring and exercising and training my trainer and pads and hitting bags. I chose to do that. I chose to get on the bike this morning. I chose to then go to boxing because those are the two things I can control. I have a lunch later today. I can't control what happens. I can control what I can do at that lunch, but I can't control what the other people do. I have a meeting after that. I can't control what the other people do at the meeting. I can control what I can do. And so exercise for us, especially first thing in the morning, is really the only thing we can control because we get to choose whether or not we do it. The added bonus of that is that we get to enjoy all those wonderful chemicals that get produced by an hour of boxing or an hour on the bike or whatever it is. But we get to control whether or not we wake up early, whether or not we go to the gym. Whether you wake up early or go to the gym late, doesn't matter. We get to control our destiny in that regard. That's one of the things I like so much about boxing. Having a good physique or being strong, and God knows I'm not the quintessential ripped and toned guy, but I am strong. I am so strong. And that's not something you can just get. When you have imposter syndrome, like most people do with ADHD, you start to believe that everything you do is just, you got lucky, right? It's not real. But you can't just get lucky and grow muscle. You can't just get lucky and have a decent physique. You can't just get lucky and have pecs or quads or arms or lats or whatever. Those can only come from working at it every single day or on a plan. And so for me, I think exercising is the one time in my life, especially weight training and boxing, is the one time in my life where my imposter syndrome doesn't kick in because whatever I get out of exercise is whatever I put into it. There are no additional values. There are no additional or extraneous. There are no extraneous values that cause me to do. It's when I give a speech, right? 10,000 people might love to hear me. 100 of them might be just loving to hear anyone. So that's like an extraneous value. There is no extraneous value when you exercise. You either exercise and do it right, or you don't. And if you exercise and do it right, you reap the rewards. If you don't, you don't. And so I think that's another reason that exercise is so important for the neurodivergent brain, because the majority of us have imposter syndrome. And when we exercise, when we get up and say, hey, I did that thing, not only are we doing more than 99.9% of the world has done today, but It's ours. We own it. We did it. We made the decision, and we're in control to go do what we wanted to do. So that's my thought this morning after I come back from a very sweaty hour of boxing and an even sweatier bike ride. So I wish you a wonderful day. I wish you a wonderful neurodivergent day. And I encourage you to slay the imposter syndrome dragon and to take control of what you can take control of. With that, I will leave you. Have a wonderful weekend. See you guys soon.